Alrighty, I just got my brand new Kiesel pickguard preloaded. Has the volume, the tone. Then it has this, which I believe, following this, it turns on and off the bridge pickup. Then we still have the 5-way selector. And coming from the factory, looks like they lifted up the individual pots. That's what those are, right? Pots? And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to install some copper tape to close all of this off. First thing I'm going to do is take a picture of the back because I want to make sure I put everything back the way it is. And I want to try to get all of these set at the exact same height. All right. Now with these, you want to make sure that they overlap just a little bit. Now, with a multimeter, because there is glue on each side of these, we want to make sure that the glue is conductive as well. So I'll put this to resistance, and with this meter I have a sound when there's conductivity. So if we put it on this piece of tape and this piece of tape, that means that there's conductivity between these two pieces. I have seen some people where they solder over this. That helps make sure that there is enough connection between the two sides. And we can turn that off. We're at over limits. We touch these together, 0.3 ohms. We're at 1 ohm there. Now if we were on the same piece of paper, we're at 0.2. So you can see that there is a bit of resistance. See that one? I have 0.5. 0.5 I'm not worried about, but if there's more than 1, I might just put solder just for the heck of it. So that's 0.2, 0.2, 0.7. So there is a little bit more. I might put a drop on there later on and see exactly how that works out. I also have seen some people where they, of course, now I can't get the end of this off. Where they fold this, actually, let me take this piece. So let's say that this is the end of it. They take it over itself and fold it over itself, and then put that on. So what that does is that gives you that nice connection from this side to this side, and then you put that down somewhere. Then you don't have to worry about the glue adding to the resistance. Got a little too close to the edge there. Now let's put just a little bit more right down here. Now for this, I don't need a whole big strip. So I'm going to cut this in half. And that looks like it'll work just fine right there. Well, it worked fine until it stuck to itself. There we go. So let's take, always test before and after each use. So from there it looks good, and from there we have complete connection. But I want to know exactly how conductive it is. So one piece of tape we have 0.1, 0.2. So let's just go right down the line. 0.4, 0.4, 0.5, 0.7, 1, 1, about 1. Then all the way to the aluminum here, still about 1. So I mean, it's not bad, but I want to try to get it as least as possible. Now, oh, there it is. I have a spatula here from my 3D printer, and what I'm going to try to do is just get rid of all of these creases, try to make it nice and smooth. I wonder if that might help with my connections. And what I'm trying to do is, because I'm going to be putting this on the guitar, I don't want anything hung up right here that could press down into the wood. So that's pretty nice and flat. A little bit right there. All right. Okay, now, because we have that little bit that's hanging out, use my knife here, try to cut it right off. Probably should have cut it before. So we'll just push back up on it just a little bit. Awesome. Nice and smooth. Now, use our nice little blade, and then we'll go and cut all of these pickups out. With that, I'm putting it in and then turning it at an angle and trying to ride the back side of the pickguard without cutting into the pickguard. Sorry, I keep looking over my shoulders, making sure that what I'm doing is visible on the camera. Alright, so I could go upstairs and get my X-Acto knife, make this nice and clean, but nobody should be taking the pick guard off and looking behind here. I think I'm doing an okay job. Just trying to use the nice edge, very fine tip of the blade. I'm not as good as with my left hand as I am my right. Actually, I'm going to try to keep that. I still have the whole guitar, the internal cavity of the guitar I have to do as well. Yeah, that one's gone. Alright. Nope, it's not my hand, it's just that area. That. And we'll put it there. Push everything back down. See if anything is hanging over the corners again. Oh, it's hanging over the corner right there. there. You can see here. It's easier if you look this way. You can kind of see where it's hanging out right there. Nice thing about this copper tape, it is very pliable, so you can bend it and maneuver it out of the way where you need to. Yeah, look at that much. So I'm going to try to lift it up just a little bit, cut it, and then push it back down. Oh, great. That came off. And magnificent. Let's see if squishing that down with the blade changed my resistance at all. So checking it, we're at 0.2 on the same piece of tape, 0.2. That's not right. Let's try back over here. 0.2. Wow, look at that. That really changed it. That's just jumping it all over now. It's trying to get into the kilo ohms as well. Okay. Nope, it does not like that at all. So tomorrow, when I get my new soldering iron in, we'll go through and we'll cover all of these up. I'll probably try to do it here in the center because of how my guitar is. Let's turn that up. So this is a guitar I'm building. If you haven't seen it yet, check out my other videos on it. Started out with complete, just a blank, and I'm going through with wood tone, finishing it all up. Right now, this is on the third base coat. So you can see here's going to be the cavity for all of my pickups. Here's going to be the cavity for all the electronics. So I want to make sure wherever my solder is, it's going to be inside of this cavity because I don't want to put it too far out and then I have to push it down into the wood. That just doesn't sound cool. So we'll get that all set up and that should be good for that. What I'll do right now is I'll put the pickups back in.